Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of football, and going to be a little bit of a shorter episode on account of the Longhorns didn't play this week, and I didn't really watch the Cowboys-Panthers game as much as I would have liked because, it's the end of the semester. I have family that's graduating this year. That took priority over football games, and so I didn't watch it as much as, to put in perspective how little of the actual game I had watched while it was live. I felt that I needed to watch the highlight reels afterwards, which is something I don't do normally because I usually just watch the game itself. But this time I kind of need to do that to refresh my mind on, refresh my mind on what happened. B, figure out what was happening the first time because I always had to go back and forth between checking on the game and then going back to whatever I need to do with the family and stuff. So yeah, we're just going to be talking about Cowboys, Panthers, and no NFL games because I didn't really watch anything else in the NFL. I guess if I'm going to talk about the NFL for a small second, Lions, Bills, I did not watch the game, but I know it was a scoregami, and that's great because scoregami is one of the best parts of football. So, Cowboys, Panthers. This is one of those games on the schedule where I was like, okay, yeah, that's one of the easier games, but apparently the Panthers were favored in this game, and why? They're the Panthers. They were on 0-16 watch earlier in the year, and granted, they succeeded and got past the 0-16. They're 3-10, so they're not going to go winless. But still, yeah, the Panthers had some close call games against really good opponents, but they still lost those games. And I still don't think the Panthers are a good team. They sure as heck aren't making the NFC South, despite how much of a train wreck the NFC South is right now. And while I did have my concerns because, it's the Cowboys let me down, I wasn't too worried, and that was that lack of hardcore worrying was called for because the Cowboys pretty handily beat the Panthers. It kind of looked close at the end of the second half, but really that made it look closer than it was because it was off of a random turnover and then an immediate touchdown afterwards to make it look like, 10-7, it's a close game. No, it wasn't. And the Cowboys blew them out 30-something to 14 or whatever. And this was mostly just Carolina's bad, which no duh, Carolina's bad, then it is Cowboys good. Because the Cowboys offense had a good game today and they got tons of points and stuff. They actually did stuff on that side of the ball. But that's mostly because A, Carolina's defense isn't that great. And B, they got a lot of pretty short, not short fields, but middle of the field instead of all the way on the Cowboy side of the ball, kind of midfield more things on turnovers. Because wow, the Panthers did a lot of turnovers and a lot of sacks and a lot of tackles behind the line. It was a very dominating performance by our defense. And our defense has been okay to good this season, but it feels more so that Carolina's offense and their O-line and Bryce Young are not very good when it comes to turnovers and sacks. So everyone says that Bryce Young got better after he got benched and then came back on, but watching that, it felt like more of the Bryce Young we saw early in the season, the one that kept on getting turnovers, kept on getting sacked. It was a really bad look for Young this game, which stinks. I don't want him to be one of the big time busts. But hopefully this is just the Cowboys. Hopefully it is a case of the Cowboys defense being good and not the Carolina offensive line being and Bryce Young being bad, but I doubt it. So yeah, the Cowboys ended up winning that one. It was not close. Another win to screw up the Cowboys tank, really, because we're out of the playoff picture. We're out of it, right? There's only a single digit chance of us winning the NFC East and getting into the playoffs. Why are we getting these wins when it doesn't matter? I think it's mostly because McCarthy wants to keep his job, which, knowing Jones, he probably is. But yeah, that's the Cowboys-Panthers game. Again, not really going to talk about professional football. I guess I could talk Army-Navy game for college, which was a really close game, but by the fourth, Navy kind of started to take control and ended up being a pretty big Navy win, which boy, are we lucky that Army didn't beat Notre Dame and won their conference championship, because that would have been a really weird thing to have to figure out for the college football playoffs. But yeah, Army Navy game, that was a fun game. That was nice to keep this just going on 125 years. So a good Army Navy game, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So join us next time as the Longhorns have their first playoff game against Clemson, and the Cowboys face off against the Buccaneers on Sunday night. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye.